try to get these wheels as close as possible
to... Hey, hello there. How are you guys doing? Hope things have been good for you guys today. Today was certainly a work day. Yeah. I mean, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do for work tomorrow, but either way, it seems I'm going in, so that's a little bit of a weird one. But yeah, I figured we could just take like one more week, just one more week of break from GBF before going back to like the grind, you know. And I figured, why not we play something that probably no one has played before, but it's very nostalgic for me at least. Like this was a game I played like way back in the day, and it's like one of those more gameplay focused, I guess, visual novels from back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I really do mean like back in the day, because this game is from I don't remember how far back, but it's a very old game. It's from 2003, so like really old, I guess. Like even like Sengoku Runs is 2008, I think. So this is like from like back in the boomer days. So you can expect the game is not gonna be too... No, actually no. Sengoku Runs was 2006, so 3 years after this game. But either way, it was a fairly older era of games. So you just gotta expect that it's probably gonna be a little wonky perhaps in ways, but hopefully it ends up being a fun experience nonetheless. Oh no, right, it's super old. There's gonna be like things on the side. Ah, right, because it's a very old game. Okay. You know what? Wait, no, let me go into the game itself so I can like get a feel for the screen. I can put myself in the corner and still have space, right? And then now I just need to find something to put over here so that like it's less empty, but... Do I have anything? I feel like putting something there so it's a little less empty, but I don't know what's good. Oh, we could put this. It's completely unrelated to the game, but I have something we could put there potentially. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I didn't know what to put there, so you just get that instead. Oh, the resolution of this game, it's so tiny and I can't change the screen size. Like, you know how with some older games you can like just like click and drag the corner to like make it bigger? You can't do that with this game. Oh, it's absolutely tiny. It's taking up like a sixth of my actual screen. Oh, I guess this is what we get for playing old games, but okay. Yeah, so this game was a virtual novel back in the compatibility mode. That can I do that from Steam? How do I do that? Or do I have to run it like from my PC instead? Like it's actually on Steam. That was also the day I lost my parents for the second time. Does this have a lock? Yeah, okay. So the game starts with someone's parents dying. I don't... No, yeah, that was the plot. Yes, it was. Wait, that was a typo in the... Is this an actual word? Not nondescript? No, nondescript is a word, but is that how it's spelled? Okay, it is a word. Okay, never mind. So every superhero pop. It's the stream again. It truly is. But yeah, so I don't know if this game is actually safe. I hope it is. Because like I know that they made an all ages version of the game, and the version I played back in the day was the all ages version. But I don't know if the version on Steam is the all ages version or not, so we're just gonna go into this and hope we don't get a surprise. Oh, ages version sucked. Yeah, I mean, like, it does remove content from the game, and like, depending on the game, it could like potentially cause like continuity errors in the plot as well. But yeah, the thing with this game is that it's so old, and I don't think there's an English version of the R18 version on Steam, is the thing. Like, it's just that old of a game. Like, this game was from 2003. I guess I couldn't get the all... I might be able to find the adult version on like... No, I get region blocked from that website. Like, if I wanted it in English so you guys can see the plot, the only way is for me to go to like Manga Gamer or something. But to go onto Manga Gamer, I actually need to turn on the VPN because like... No, I need to turn off the VPN rather, because my VPN is currently on Japan. Turn off? No, I need to change my VPN's location to another country. Because both on or off, it's still gonna get fucked because like Manga Gamer is banned in Japan. No, it's just more like I can't even access like English sites because of that. I think that's the whole time. Bro, no, like it's literally banned. I could turn off my VPN right now and like literally it would be I wouldn't be able to access the site. In Japan, what? You can literally see that. I mean, you can't see it, but like, no, you have seen it. Fuck you. No, no. But yeah, like. Shit, Nigerian prince. Yeah, I'm the white sultan of Nigeria, I guess. But yeah, because like I used to have my VPN on like Singapore instead, but the issue with that is that like any country I set the VPN to that is not Japan, my latency increases to like fucking like 70 ms instead. So like to keep it at single digits, I actually like reverted it to Japan instead. So now it's running at 6 ms. So because of that, like the big issue is that I can't access like Manga Gamers and sites like that because they're all banned in Japan. Because like the fact that they uncensor some of it for other countries means that like it has to be banned in Japan instead. There's the millions of dollars you promised. Do I look like Mr. Beast to you? I wish I was. Unreal. No, very real. The only thing that's unreal is the game engine. No, the art looks so old. I mean, it makes sense that it looks old since it's from 2003, but it's really old. Japan should just remove censoring at this point. I mean, to begin with, the whole like law for censorship is very weird. It's almost same age as me. Yeah, it feels like very like when you know like it feels weird to have like I don't know like stuff that's the same age as you. Don't you feel like it still feels weird to me that the building I'm living in now is as old as I am, and that this game is younger than I am, which makes me feel very old. Shikanganai, my favorite song. But yeah, the censoring law was a weird thing. I feel like it used to be a weird like compromise wherein they wanted like to allow like porn and shit to be like sellable and the relative open, but they didn't want to traumatize the youth, so they came to this very weird compromise of like you must censor everything because it will like traumatize the youth if they like watch the thing which they're not supposed to be watching. and it like ruins their impression of things and stuff or something. But like the whole law always felt weird to me, cause like, oh, I thought that was my doorbell. Fuck. It was the game. Okay, yeah, that's a game. Fuck. It sounds so much like my doorbell. I don't like this. Stuff no matter what. I mean, the law has always felt like a very weird one. Like, to begin with, they shouldn't even have access to this content. So, like, the only people who should have access to this content are the people who should not be traumatized by it, I guess. Or, like, at the very least, it's like, they should be of the mental capacity where they can understand, like, the difference between, like, fact and fiction, and therefore it shouldn't, like, damage their brains to see, like, a monster cock and be like, oh no, I have a micro penis, or something like that, you know, like, stuff like that shouldn't happen. You're streaming hentai now? No, it should not be hentai. No. It's a fairly old, very old RPG visual novel, kind of in the vein of, like, a run scheme, in the sense that, like, it was more focused on gameplay rather than, like, just visual noveling. Like that's the only reason I can see, like, porn being something that you don't. I see that as the biggest reason why you don't want kids to get access to porn. You know, like, you don't want them to see that and get an unrealistic, like, expectation of what the real world is like, because, like, their brains are still developing. So to be fair, you kind of don't want them to, like, you know, look at, like, random Japanese man A with his monster cock and be like, oh no, why is mine so small compared to his, without understanding that, like, what they are looking at is a unrealistic impression, or, like, it's not something that is realistically, like, something everybody's gonna have, you know. This game's audio, the audio track is very the audio track is very early 2000s as well. I can hear the compression. This was also the era where voice actresses just weren't as good as well. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. Wait. The name has been Bob Namirelas, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's so compressed. Yeah, I mean, it's not only compressed, but you can kind of, like, when you listen to it, you can tell that the voice actress is not very experienced. Like, you can hear the reservation in her voice when she's trying to say the line. Like the voice actress was doing, like, the childhood friend here. Is not this one, the other one, the short haired one is fairly fresh or inexperienced. Oh my god, yeah. Like, there was, like, it used to be the case, and, like, you would see this in, like, older animes as well, like the girl who leapt through time, right? Like, that anime has it as well, where, like, you can really tell that, like, the voice actress who did the main protagonist is not very experienced, or she's not as on, like, the what we would consider to be the norm of today, because that era is just, like, there just wasn't as much of a no, I think not as much of competition of quality, which is kind of weird, but, like, it feels like there wasn't as much precedence for them to practice and learn off of to become what they are today. I saw this anime by chance in YouTube. Which one? But yeah, hello Yuri and Fadif and Beamlon. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. I'm head out now, enjoy the game. Oh yeah, you're on night shift today as well. Alright Yuri, take care. And stay safe for all on night shift. Wait, how long is your night shift till, by the way? Is it forever? Or is it just, like, for a month or something? Check another bowl of cheap house or something. That feels like it feels like there's so many nowadays with something similar. Unless that's the actual title. To be fair, it takes most people in the modern day until they're in their mid-20s until they stop being sexually impressionable to porn. Does it take that long? I guess maybe in this modern day and age, I guess. No, but I feel like it's more a case in countries where there is a more negative perception of pornography, and where it's, like, people have less of an access to it, and I feel like it's because of that lack of accessibility that like people like end up being more impressionable because of the fact that they just like they don't get they basically have been kept in this like environment where it's something that it's meant to be like restricted to the point where they don't get as much exposure to it, to the point that it makes them also like more impressionable to a later age. Yes? You mean for 1 month? Or do you mean it's like permanent? I mean, Yuri's thing. Either way, take care when you're going out. The Caribbean has an amazingly cute voice. Permanent, I mean. Bro, that sounds rough though, if it's like permanent, like night shift. I mean, do take care when you're out, going out for work, but like, that sounds really rough. Though on the bright side, I'll probably do another karaoke stream on the midnight of the 30th. No, on the midnight of the 1st. So like on the night of the 30th. So, hey, I don't know if it's easy for you to see it at work, but you might be able to drop by for it. Perhaps we have to see. The character has an amazingly cute voice, and the actress is 45 years old. I feel like that happens quite a lot nowadays. Next Friday. No, next Sunday night. Like the Blue Archive karaoke is up till the 7th of July. So I figured I may as well like try to like book one more time to go for it for the second half to see if anything is different. And if you guys actually want anything, I can probably grab it and send it to you guys as well. Just 1 year older than my mom. I feel like that, especially nowadays, it's even more the case. Like there's so many like good veteran voice actresses. What the fuck is this guy? Looks like a fucking monk. But yeah, what's I saying? Like Tamura Yukari, Kogimiya Rie, I think should be in her 40s as well. Mizuki Nana, like all of them are like in their 40s now or older. And like there's so many veterans from that era, the like 20 years ago who are like highly talented now that it's actually quite crazy, I feel like. Like especially Tamura Yukari, like mad respect to her. Like the fact that she's in her 40s now and she can still like dance in high heels like it's nothing, it's insane. Yeah, it's one of the few that I mentioned. The Queen of Tsunderes. Well, at least that's how she was known like 15 years ago. Or was it 10? Like during the Zero no Tsukaima, Shakugan no Shana era. That's like when was that? Anime 2006. Yeah. Oh, I feel very old now. I feel very old now. But yeah, it's that era of anime. I know that era. It's her, Mizuki Nana, Tamura Yukari. Then there's quite a lot more as well. Like many of the original OG like Idolmaster cast stuff from that era as well. But yeah, Kogimiya Rie was a lot bigger back then than today. But she's still pretty like well respected, I feel like. Yeah, but this like what Kogimiya Rie was like famous for back then. It's like Shakugan no Shana. She did fuck, what's the other one? Not Zero no Tsukaima. There's those two. Then there's Hayate no Gotoku. The Combat Butler. The Combat Butler one. She did like all of the big tsundere roles in this same period. So like you just heard her voice everywhere. Not too much and without reason. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like she was the one who did it before it was too much. And that was what was kind of interesting as well. Like when the whole concept of tsundere was getting popular, she was like at the epicenter of it, voicing most of the characters at the time. Hello, Zero X. Welcome. This Kaori Kyoko. His voice. I can feel the inexperience in her voice. Like her voice acting sounds like what? It sounds like what I would sound like voice acting. You know, like if someone told me to like record like voice lines for an anime in my room at home, I feel like I would sound just like her.
仕方ない。今日は俺がおぶってくよ。かおりちゃん、それでいいかな。ほら、ゆうとも疲れてるみたいだしさ。
Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like her voice is very like rounded and balanced in situations where it should not be. It's like her voice sounds too controlled for the situations where she's supposed to be talking and so I can feel it. Good, that saves me the trouble then. Different language. Yeah, there's there's an obvious like reservation to her voice. Like especially if you watch a lot of anime, it's very obvious. I feel like.
うるさいうるさいこのボケなスたち。かおりちゃんの気持ちにでもなってみなさいよ。うざい男に背負われてかわいそうよ。
It truly was a different era. Like, especially back then when like I feel like many smaller studios or many smaller visual novel studios still do this today as well, but like this completely sounds like that era of people either recording in their own homes or like renting a studio to record, where like they didn't used to have their own like built-in studios in their office.
ま、背に腹は変えられないってね。さあさあ、今日も走るよ。全速力全速力。
Sub supremacy, supremacy. Yeah, subs. I don't know, like dubs. I know some people like dubs more, but like it's tough for me at least. For me.
負けた方がおごりだからな。羨ましいことじゃないか。
I feel like the dubs would work better
Yeah.
if the voice actors tried to sound more, or if they tried to make it feel more like they're speaking English. Like I feel like the issue of especially like that era of like early 2000s English dub was that it's very exaggerated. It sounds cringe in anime because the actors are trying too hard to be like anime, but like they're trying too hard to mimic the Japanese styles, like the vocal range when it doesn't work as well with English. Is what I feel like. No, like, because it's not like all English voice acting is bad, right? Like the early like Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty, Company of Heroes, that like those games have really good voice acting. But the issue is that like it feels like the voice actors that work for games and that work on animes are just like a completely different industry with their own very different people. And the ones in anime are trying too hard to sound like anime. Since they're speaking English, it would make a little more sense for them to just like sound natural in an English speaking range. But yeah, the Kobayashi stuff was a weird thing, it does feel like. Like, I don't know, the whole thing that happened with that was... Like, I don't even know why they even got into the dub itself.
どうして僕と香りの邪魔をする?
It sounds familiar.
なんだ香りの本当の気持ちが貴様にわかるのか?
Oh, the mic though. It's actually peaking at points when he speaks. He and I have never gotten along. He's always sticking out a Kaori and look at me with excessive hostility. Wow, the text crawls really fast. Where's the anime songs in English?
そうだ貴様はいちいち出てくる
English speaking girl tries to make anime noises in English and an angel dies. Oh well. That is totes kawaii, desu ne. You're welcome.
それが貴様の本性だな。香りを強引に従わせる。香りはお前のものじゃないんだ。
No.
貴
It
様
was
の
a
している
yoke.
ことは
No.
自己満足だ。香りを使って自分を肯定しようとしている。
What the fuck are these power ups? What power ups?
もうやめよ
You mean the Uwus? Unya? Nya Nya? What's funny is everything I've heard of normal voice actors and they're all super nice supporting for the V for dubs, there's some belligerent troll.
そうやって力で香りを抑えつける。
It really does feel like it, yeah.
所詮
What do you mean
は
power
育ち
ups?
が
I
悪い
don't see the
男
power
の
ups.
貴様
But
に
yeah, that's the
香りの
thing,
そ
like
ばに
the
いる資
normal
格なん
voice
てない。
actors just sound like fine and competent and like generally good people. But I don't understand why anime dubs seem to be their own completely separate industry with their own separate voice actors and actresses who are completely like, you know, removed
それがお
from
前の
like
本性だ。
people who dub English games for, you know, like
疫病神の
does it make sense? Like there's this weird like distinction of like people who dub for English games and people who dub for Japanese games, and the people who dub for Japanese games just sound fucking horrendous. God, this is gonna be a pain to remove. Gonna screenshot send it in general. Alright.
ダメだよお兄ちゃん。こんなお兄ちゃん見たくない。
Gigantify and more. Yeah, those are new. What happens if you use those? Like, I'm actually genuinely... Or uses bits. Okay, then don't do it. Then bits cost money, right? If they do, then don't do it. Oh, alright, I clicked out of the game, so it actually stops the thing. It's probably because of the vocal director. I guess... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But, like, I'm surprised that, like, it has managed to proliferate as its own industry to this extent.
秋月先輩
No, but like I guess yeah, like if it is something that the people at the top have been allowing to proliferate for all this time, then in a way it does make sense that it would like develop into it at this point its own separate and distinct industry instead.
こいつのために無駄にすることもない。香り、僕はいつでも待っているよ。
As strange as it is.
お兄ちゃんごめんなさい。またこんなことになって。
She slowly releases her hand from around me.
ごめんなさい。
The text crawl for like the main character is actually quite well balanced, I have to say. Like it's not too long to the point where like, you know, it feels like a drag to read through. Like I can read it in my head fast enough, just not like read it out. But like it scrolls through at a speed which is like just nice for me, which I kind of enjoy.
怖そうなの終わりました。いやーどうしよう
Let's
かと
don't
思い
spend
ました
money on
よ。
good VAs. The English dubs of the Scale 3 are all amazing, but they're all famous now and there's no pay for Troy Baker anymore. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like there are like good like voice actors out there, and like they do tend to like, but it does feel like for some reason the industry that like he was really good, but at the same time it's weird that like they just have this weird distinction in the sense that like people who are
香織の先輩がいたでしょ。
fairly talented just seem to not end up working with like Japanese content in general.
一緒にいたじゃないですか。
So why still Ghibli films here have regular voice actors instead of anime voice actors? Yeah, thank goodness that they fucking do that instead. Otherwise it'd be really rough.
でもいつの間にか二人になってたから、ああもういいやって出てきたわ
Oh,
け
you
です。
gifted it to Paul. Thank you nonetheless though. That's pretty awesome of you. Thank you, Weeblord69,
見たところ、香りが持ってるのはお弁当。ということは、
for
今
gifting
から
the sub.
二人でお弁当タイムだったんですよね。そういうことなら私もお供させてください。香りは親友の頼みを無下に断ったりしないよね。
I mean, it's not just used for
学生
you
生
to
活において
streaming, right?
男女一緒のランチタイムは基本。そして基本を
I couldn't
わずか
stop
にしては
myself.
全てがもろくも崩れ去ってしまったりするわけで。
He preaches truth indeed. But yeah, I get what you're like saying as well. Like, it's just very unfortunate that like they're not willing to spend on good voice actors and actresses.
別にお兄ちゃんと一緒に食べようと思って
Like that feels like one of those issues where like truly localizing it would probably make more sense for the dubs at least. Like you don't like I don't think anyone really wants to listen to like people make like anime girl sounds but in English instead. Like at that point I would rather they just speak English like normal people. Like that's the one situation where I can see like localization being even more important. Like just make them sound like normal people rather than like trying to fit their vocal range to anime.
ついていけば一緒に食事ができ
Yeah,
る
stuff creeped into an animated dub as
どう
nice.
ですかこの完璧な推理は
Is it that level of like widespread now?
小鳥に研究されてる
No, Kotori.
よさてそれではいざ
This
お弁当の
Partisans
聖
making
地北上へ寒くともホットな時間が待ってますよ
this Partisans making dubs? Ding dong, as in political activists. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Like I think of when I see partisans, the first thing that comes to my mind instead is
出して
you know the word they use for like the freedom fighters back during like the Napoleonic and World War II. Like that's the first thing that comes to my mind because of Company of Heroes. Yeah, the Soviet partisans, especially because of Company of Heroes. Like that's what first comes to my mind, like those partisans instead. Fighting behind enemy lines, yeah, and they're like all like pretty much just like civilians or like stragglers. Like that was what came to my mind instead. But okay, I get what you mean. Like I think I've heard videos use it in that sense as well. Like the like bipartisan stuff and stuff makes sense. Been playing COH2 for 11 years now, reached 2,000 hours. That's based. That's pretty based. What's the best RTS game? Yeah, you know, I really love the voice acting for that game. Like I would literally play an entire match. Just like I would play entire matches just to listen to the voice acting. It's so good. You know, when the American like paratroopers just like drop in and scream, like kick their fucking teeth in, it's like, oh. I mean the Russians don't really sound Russian, so that's a little iffy, but like, oh, when you hear them scream and like shout their battle cries, it's like so good. Told Mama I saw elephants, panthers, tigers, she thought I was visiting Moscow. Oh. Don't remind me. Like the fucking like I used to almost exclusively play as the Soviets. So like fucking the fucking German tanks are just like fucking traumatic. Giving me fucking nightmares. Yeah. You know what really sucked? That they took out the fucking partisan general for the Soviets. Oh, he was my favorite faction. Like he was my favorite general. T-34 RAM is so good and they nerfed it. Yeah, it's so fucked. They nerfed the partisan commander. That was like my favorite commander, like literally. Like nothing felt as good as like clicking on a building, spawning in an anti-tank like partisan behind enemy lines and just shooting them in the ass. So fucking good. Yeah, I know, they nerfed the partisan so bad. It's very sad. They used to be god tier. Yeah, it was so good. Like your standard infantry partisans with their fucking PPSHs. Literally better than conscripts. You just see them come and go like everyone's dead. What is this? Damn it, get out! Oh, is this turning into FGO or something? A contract? An oath?
Okay.
Are we gonna be summoning the AUO? The Hero King? But yeah, like the partisans used to be so good in that game. Were you in Chris 2004? It was a game that I truly enjoyed a lot back in the day. I mean, I still play it now sometimes, but purely for the audio more than anything else. Like to hear the tank drivers like laughing at the soldiers firing like actual rifles at them and shit like that. Their pathetic rifles can't punch through our armor. It's like, oh, so good. But yeah, it's precisely because of games like that, where like it's so atmospheric and well done, the voice acting, that it makes me feel like so weirded out that like the anime industry, the anime dub industry has like so different voice actors and actresses.
目が覚めましたか？
Right, because even with COH, it's not like it was a fully like, I mean, it was mostly male voices, but you did have like female tank drivers and stuff like that as well. And even their voices were all really good as well.
ゆうとさんびっくりしました。水飲み場で突然倒れるんですから。
But yeah, nowadays I don't play as much, but I do like drop in like once every few like weeks or months. Just to like play one match, just to hear the voice acting and go like, oh. Is that Nakoru from Star Rail?
この神木神社
She
の
looks pretty
この
close.
神社
She
の
looks pretty close, yes. Unfortunately, she might be underage though, from what he's trying to describe her. As, I mean her, not Nakoru.
ときみでいい
Soviet
です
team
よ
is the best in COH too.
あんまり
Oh
上手に
yeah,
呼ばれる
especially when you
のは好
win.
きじゃないので
Then you hear the.
どういたしまして、
Oh,
ゆうとさ
fuck,
ん。
it was so good. I loved it. Like when you hear their team creeping in as the Soviets start to win, it's like, oh, fuck. It makes you feel like charging all the infantry in and watching them die.
お祓いをしましたから、もうちょっとだけ動けないと思います。
But that said though, I really did love the voice acting for the American soldiers as well. It was so good.
これからいろいろと役が寄ってくるかもしれませんから。
Like even to this day, like the American paratroopers, their lines are just like stuck rent free in my head. It just never goes away because of how good it was. The 203 MMB2 artillery. I never really used those as much. The artilleries, I feel like. Maybe for the nerf 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe have been because of the nerf as well. Cost massive. The thing with artillery in that game was like, it was really terrifying though, when it actually does like, get some level of accurate. Or at least for me, it's like I really did love to like use the Katyusha as well because of that.
ええ、いろいろな場所を
Like just
仕事で
listening to the
渡り歩
sounds when
くんで
they
すよ。
fire as well. Like the sound design for that game is also really
こっ
good.
ちに行ったり、こっちに行ったり。
That sounds tough. Which about shrines?
あと、私もゆうとさんと同い年くらいですから、普通でいいですよ。そっちの方が気楽
The
で
three
すし。
sucks though. Doesn't give me the same. But yeah, I bought it. I played it for like how long did I play it for? Like I didn't manage to play it for as
無
long.
理しないでくださいね。
Maybe when the DLCs kick in, I might be more interested. Well, let me see. Company of Terror. I know I have the game, but it's not installed. I have 3 hours on the game. Yeah, the vibes were very different for it, but maybe it will get better. Like I want to hope that it will. 42 hours on COH3. Maybe I should put more hours into it to try and get a better feel for it. Like I played the British. Was it the
ゆう
British?
とさ
And
ん
it
を
just
私
felt
は
off.
ずっと見てましたよ。ゆうとさんは覚えていないと思いますけど。
That's my Five Nation. Italy wasn't a full nation in it, right? They were basically just like units that were attached to the Germans or something, right? Like I wouldn't mind having like the Italians as well, just for the funnies. To be honest, as a full faction on their own, like I was hoping that would be a thing.
私が一方的に知っているだけですから困らせてしまいましたね。ごめんなさい。
Japan. Yeah, but Japan would kind of suck though, because like their tanks are absolute garbage. If you were to go with like realistic tanks, but they do have things that Like I feel like the main part of what
気になりますか？
made them like interesting was just like their navy as well in particular, and their ability to like mix
これは私の
like
一族に伝わる
what do you call it?
火
Not
山
not
の力
combined
を得
arms,
た
but like
神殿なのです。
and their ingenuity of like trying to figure out like jungle warfare and shit.
この刀で
So jump with explosion on
何体
tanks
も
for
の
a
妖
huge.
怪を撃ち滅ぼしました。
But yeah, I can't imagine it'd be tough to balance. But they did have the best, like some of the better rifles during the war as well, if I recall. No, you know what? They need to add like bicycle divisions. If they do, I'll fucking laugh. If they ever do, you just have like literally people on bicycles
見え
going
ま
like,
したか？
once I charge. Oh yeah, I mean they kind of did give the Russians something like that with the Ura as well, although they didn't kill themselves. Can't climb trees. Yeah, like there's a lot that they could do, but it's tough because you're conquered by people on bikes. Yeah, it was quite a funny because like they
ただ
couldn't
の儀礼用の刀
they
なんです
couldn't like get tanks to work in like Southeast Asia, so they basically just like cycle over on like fucking bicycles. Yeah, the loss was so massive that like it became like Britain's biggest like military defeat of World War II, if I recall.
それにしてもユウトさんって思って
Like
たよりも
it
雰囲気
literally
が
became one of
出さ
like
れやすいです
Britain's
ね。
or the UK's like biggest military disasters was the battle in like Singapore.
いえいえ、こちらの話です。あと、やっぱり呼び捨てでいいですよ。なんか、さん付けって慣れません。
Yeah, but that's the interesting thing, right? Like, I don't think they ever used it in the actual, like... No, they did use it, okay, in the actual text. Like, it's kind of weird because, like, in his brain, he's, like, thinking of her without the sun. But when he actually speaks, he uses it. But I guess that does make sense in a way.
いや、そういうわけにはいきません。ユウトさんはユウトさんでいい
No,
の
man,
で
got
す。
what and captured the mood perfectly. Oh, I never actually played that one, I think.
そういうもの
Really
です。
would have loved to try it. That was the older one, right? Like the fairly old one at this point, rather.
ユウトさん、やっぱりいい人ですね。嬉しいです。
Her voice sounds a little muffled as well. Like I need to stop complaining about the voice acting because like since this game is from like 2003, it's like it's to be expected that the voice acting will be like of a lower quality, both in in terms of the sound quality itself, as well. And I feel like the sound quality is affecting it a lot. But like it was a different era, and I need to stop. I need to get my mind back into the era. From this angle, like if not for the hair color, she would actually look almost perfectly like Nakoruru, if anything. The only thing that's a little off is the hair and eye color.
私はこの神社で厄介になってますから大丈夫ですよ。
Yeah, start complaining about how terribly images are compressed. I mean, the images are not. I mean, the image compression is more like only you guys are seeing it. I don't see it because like I can't change the resolution on my
こ
end.
れなんていいですよ。
So like I'm seeing the game occupy like about like a tenth of my screen. Like it's really small on my screen. So like for me, everything looks fine. But when you're looking at it through Twitch, it's actually like kind of compressed because everything is stretched out. It's a dead game now. Yeah, I can imagine it'll be dead like after all these years, but hot damn. But yeah, the image compression is not as bad on my end. Yeah, I know you're talking about that game in the link. I clicked on it. I'm watching it without sound now.
お気をつけて。
Although like, I feel like the sound is probably gonna be quite necessary. Oh, this red orchestra. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, but even then, that's from like what 2011. Like it's also quite a fair bit back. Although, like, I mean, it would be possible. It's just kind of unfortunate that there's so many FPSs out there that it probably just causes the people who are very into like atmospheric FPSs to be very stretched in terms of what they choose to play as well. Also, I have to say that the opening of this game is really slow. Like, we are almost like 40 minutes in and it's still like exposition. Like, I completely forgot how much exposition this game has, to be honest. Like, I know it's a visual novel, so there's gonna be a lot of plot, but like... I didn't remember it being this much. Like, most of what I remember about this game, and maybe it's just a nostalgia speaking, but like... I just remember a lot of the gameplay. And like playing like RPG battle elements instead of like reading a lot. We have the patience. Yeah, which is why like most of the RPGs that I complete, I mean not RPGs, most of the visual novels I did complete in the end are the ones with like a fair amount of gameplay, like AU Senki, the Run series, Dona Dona, this. Like when there's, or like, yeah, actually like most of what Alicesoft made back in the day, except for the wife NTR thing, that's not something I'm into. But aside from that, like most of their games. Sona is a great example in my opinion. Story-based gameplay, yeah. Like, I feel like that is what helps to keep attention a lot better as well. Yeah, like runs as well in the Die series. Well, you get what I mean? Yeah, like the proper balance of like gameplay and storytelling to basically retain attention as well and to keep it interesting. Oh, the mic's speaking. I wonder what video editing software back in the day would have been like. Like, I'm surprised they didn't like just like reduce the peaks on some of the things, or some of her lines. I got to state the live VN 4 years ago, so you didn't start. Oh, was it the PlayStation one? Not PlayStation. The Compile Heart one? I played the first one and I found it really boring. I just never played the rest. But I did clear the first one completely. Early 2000s anime female face art style. I mean, some of it is fine, but there is like this level of like weird proportion to it as well. Minna de Nyan Nyan? This sounds like a very sus name, but no, there was one I actually completed that had no gameplay actually. There was three. There were three that I completed that had no gameplay. One was the first one I played, which was Yuki Sakura. Is that what it's called? I don't remember what it's called anymore. Yeah, it is Yuki Sakura. Then the second one was Himawari no Shoujo. And what's the third one? What was the third one? Himawari no Shoujo. Yuki Sakura. Oh, it was the one where your girlfriend was the president. Did anybody hear of that one even? It's like it's the game where like your dating options were either like Japanese schoolgirl Obama, Russian schoolgirl Putin, or a spaceship. I think I know that one. Yeah, that one, the two presidents. You could bang one of the two, your actual childhood friend, or a spaceship. Like you had 4 choices. You could bang a literal spaceship. What game is this? This one? Or the one I'm talking about? This is Aen no Aseria. One of the Obama. Let me find the name. I think it's like My Girlfriend is the President. I think if you search for that in English, it should pop up. Basically, like an alien comes down and like hypnotizes everyone. So your best friend thinks she's like Obama or something, and like female Putin comes down to like do something. I don't know what the fuck happens in that game, but like, yeah, that was in like 2009 as well. Like when was Obama the president during? Oh, 2009 to 2017. Wait, so literally like the year he became president, somebody made this game. Oh, that's actually really funny. No, it is, right? It's on Just USA. Like I'm seeing like the third like search option. I've been blocked. I can't access Just USA. This got translated. According to Google it did, but I can't verify it because I'm being blocked. Let me show it if I can. Is the page safe? Yeah, the page is safe. Yeah, see, Just USA. But if I click it, it just tells me I'm unable to access it. But yeah, apparently there is a translation for it. But yeah, unfortunately, like Obama got turned into just a regular Japanese Google instead. And that was that game. Oh, I remember this. The president one? Zuluax? Osanamichi wa Daitoryou. Yeah, that one. It's the name. Yeah, that's the Japanese name. But if you want to find it on like Jest or something, it's my girlfriend's the president should work. But yes, that is the Japanese name. 749. Then literally you both have just different prices altogether. It's kind of funny. Oh, see, they're both at anime conventions. Oh, cool. You mean even today or back in the day? Like if they're still showing it till today, that's actually kind of funny. But yeah, that was one of the 3 that I completed back in the time. How old was I when I played it? I think I was 6. I don't remember. But yeah, this reminds me a lot of like playing like Final Fantasy VIII or something. Like there's so much like story at the start without gameplay. Come on, boom. No! No, Boomer. I am what's the word again? Yeah, no, Boomer, right? I'm really hip and spry and like down with the kids. Yeah. No, I know my Skibidi toilets and my Sigmas and whatever the fuck. Okay, clearly, hello, fellow kids. Where's the game? Oh, right, because I clicked out of screen. Skibidi toilets needs to die. You see, the issue with that is that you basically have VTubers like Bibu who are just gonna push it for the rest of eternity. It will never go away.
そう思うんなら怒られるの変わってくださいよ。
Yes, we can. I'm pretty sure she didn't actually say that in the Japanese version, but like... No, actually she might have. Like, she just said the wrong word because she's like a Japanese person who can't actually speak English. I genuinely do not remember. All I do remember about the game is that I picked the spaceship in the end. This reminds me of pre-To Love Ru era. I mean, it is pre-To Love Ru era. Like, this is 2009. Oh wait, no, it's about, To Love Ru is 2006. So like, it's actually after To Love Ru, if anything. Because this game was made in like 2009, along with Obama getting like elected as president. Oh, you meant this game? Yeah, this game was pre To Love Ru. Like, this was 2003, so 3 years before To Love Ru. Unless you mean the president one, that's 3 years after. But like, I feel like the visual novel side industry kind of maintained the Big Eye thing for quite a while longer, at least. This one, Yeah, the early 2000s was a strange era, like, character face drawing wise. Like, in the 90s, their eyes used to be of more regular sizes as well, I feel like. Maybe not the 90s, but like the 80s. Like, with stuff like... Yeah, like the Black Lagoon anime felt fine. Even, like, Black Lagoon was like early 2000s as well. I feel like it's more like the more like moe and like visual novel side of the industry that like went with this change in design. No, yeah, like Evangelion was fine as well. Fist of the North Star was fine as well. Mazinga was kind of weird. I feel like it's very like genre based as well. Like, some genres just evolve towards this like strange face proportion more than others. Definitely was fine too, yeah. No, but Chobits was already like kind of weird, right? And I don't remember when Chobits was. Also, holy shit, we're almost an hour in and it's still like story. You know what's the worst part? Everything we've been seeing for the last 50 minutes is not gonna matter in a little bit. Like, everything that has happened to this point is actually not gonna matter to the rest of the plot. What did she say? What does that mean? What does what mean? Noosh? Yosh? Oh, Nashi. Nash. Like, none. No, it was not Yosh, it was Nashi. Nashi. Yeah, it's because she said that instead of separating both, like, to say like Nashi, she just goes like Nash. Which sometimes people do that as well. Although it's like, it's just a lazy way of speaking, I guess. It's like how, like, if you go to Lawson's, instead of saying like arigatou gozaimasu, they'll be like azas instead, and stuff like that. It's just like the word getting like shortened. Azaz. Yeah, it's like literally just like don't actually say that. Like it's you'll probably give whoever you say that to a shock, but like that's what they say at Lawson's. You're gonna give them like Lawson's PTSD or something.
ユウトは女子にもなかなか人気あるからな。な、京子。
Like literally no one says that except people working in servers because like they just get like so tired of servers that they just like start to shorten words.
大体ユウに気があるもの好きなんてそうそういないわよ。
Left
そういうことにしておきましょうか。
go go go. Believe in yourself.
大丈夫よ。
You need to do the Yakuza thing to them.
あっちよ。
Wait, where's the line? That was it, right? This one.
ドントウォーリー。え、違う。
Go, 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 go! Believe in yourself! This one.
英語も話せないなんて勉強が足りないね。
Wait, it's not playing for some reason.
The station.
Oh.
Can you tell me how to get to the station? Go! Straight!
Oh, and
And
right, go,
go go go!
go your way! Believe yourself!
Oh, thank you. You are welcome! イングリッシュ資格検定の賜物だな。
ああ、ありがとうよ。
Yes. Go, 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 go! Go your way! Voice is so enthusiastic. Animation is slow. Slow. Yeah, I mean, like,
ま、
I feel like it may have been a little bit of a lag with like my PC slowing down a little. That or the game's animation itself was also very like there wasn't that much animation, but like yeah, like I love that scene. Like it's so good. Like if you did that to a Japanese tourist, they'll be so fucking confused unless they played Yakuza.
そりゃ知ってるさ。でも部活やりながらっていうやつもいるんだ。
But it's such a good line.
ないだろ？
And it also very like accurately highlights how like bad people's English is here as well.
たまには香織ちゃんにいいとこ見せてやれよ。
Like when the Japanese themselves are parodying it, you know it's pretty bad.
さて、じゃあ明日から朝練で本読みだからね。寝坊したら殺すからね。はいは1回。じゃあね、香織ちゃんに報告しときなさいよ。
じゃあな、ゆうと。
Ah, the voice speaking. Like, did they not use a fucking like? Fuck, this sounds like me when I talk in front of my mic. Like, for sure, I don't do it very well as well. But like, it feels weird to play a game where the mic quality is about as, or like the levels at which they do the balancing of the audio is about as bad as I do it. It's like when I rewatch the clips to edit the video, and then like because I'm standing in front of my mic and pacing, sometimes my voice just goes like this and then like this, and then like you just keep hearing like the voice like change the level of the volume changing because I keep like moving closer and further. Is this what the audio in this game feels like? The warmth today may not be just on account of the heaters. It's unusually warm day for December. Yeah, I mean like especially back then, like it would have been a lot. No, I mean like back then it was probably warmer in winter as well than it is today. I feel like winters have gotten colder nowadays. That's by 4 people though, right? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, excluding the voice actors and actresses. To be fair, like most visual novels back in the day were like you said made by very few people.
僕と香りの問題にどうして
Which might be also why like the quality is not there. But like I'm not like saying that like it's a bad thing or something. Like it's for that era, this was really good, and it's like a game that I really do like remember very fondly as well. And the fact that they actually incorporated quite a fair amount of gameplay into it is very impressive. The only issue is that like we've been sitting here for 1 hour and we haven't hit the gameplay yet.
香りは僕のためにいるんだ
Although I guess it's meant to be a visual novel first, so maybe that's why.
香りだけが僕を幸せにできる昔からそうだったんだ
For a huge education
貴
budget.
様が現れるまでは
Yeah. If your question is why people's English is so bad in spite of the education budget into English, it's simply because of the fact that
さっ
like
さと香りを解放してくれ
precisely as you
貴
said.
様などに声をかけるのは苦痛
No,
だ
it's precisely because of the point you just brought up. Japan became a fairly developed nation without like the need for English all these years. And because of that, there has, I mean, like nowadays the perception has changed, but for a very long time till now, there has always been, as a result of the fact that Japan managed to become a developed nation without English, that Japan would be self-reliant enough to not require English. And many of the people who live here, because of the fact that their jobs never require them to speak English at all, there is this like endless like perception that you just don't need English. And people in schools, especially for the longest of times, never had an incentive to learn English. Right? Because like no one in your school speaks English except for the teacher that forces you to learn English. If you don't consume English media and games, you literally have no reason to learn the language, and they just get bored and they're just like, why the fuck do I need this? No, like literally no one around me speaks English and they're fine, so clearly I'll be fine. And then the cycle perpetuates. To be fair, the perception has started to change nowadays because like the increase in like global indie games and like the proliferation of like English VTubers as well has like given people more incentive to learn English. But that's all like a very fairly recent thing. Like in the past like 5 years-ish, people have started to feel like, yeah, I kind of really want to learn English now. But before that, there's always been this like perception that like I don't really have a reason to learn it. You know, because like if I wanted to consume any form of media, Japan produces it. Granted, like global media would be different, right? But they don't know this precisely because they can't consume it. And because the country has always been able, or at least not nowadays, I mean ever since the economic recession it never truly recovered, but like the perception that like this is a country that can sustain itself without English has like prevailed for a very long time, and that is part of why English is spoken pretty badly for quite a long while now. That, and there have also been talks about how like the Japanese education system goes about teaching English in the wrong way. Like it doesn't really teach English like how a country where you have English as a actual language that is used teach it. Like they tend to teach a lot of very useless phrases, and because they teach a lot of useless phrases, people grow up with the wrong understanding of the language. And on top of having the wrong understanding of how the language itself works, they also don't really know useful vocabulary, so they feel like what they learn is useless, and that just like reduces their urge to learn the language. If you don't use the language, you lose it. Yeah, that precisely. When Dad grew up speaking Spanish, not his son doesn't remember Spanish. Yeah, it really does feel like there's a lot of that. Reminds me of why Kagami fails English in Kuroko no Basket. I don't remember that one, but yeah, I can see them like forgetting it if they don't use it for a very long time. It's like how I tried to learn German and Korean, but like I can barely remember both now. The most I can do is read Hangul and like basic German, but I've forgotten everything else. Like it's tough when you don't actually like constantly use it. Foreign translator feels English. But yeah, I can see that happening. Like if you're in Japan and like with the stupid education system's way of teaching English here, like the biggest meme is the phrase "I have a pen," right? You know, like I have a pen. Like there was a meme about that, but like even before the meme video, it's like for decades that has been a meme because it's a very strong way to highlight like how fucking useless the English they're being taught is. Like they're literally being forced to memorize lines like "I have a pen," and it's like how often in your life are you ever gonna use that line at all? You know? No, so not "I have a pen." It's "This is a pen." If I recall, that's the line. "This is a pen." Sorry. Like the use cases for the lines that they're being taught in order to learn English is so like limited that like people just like don't remember the language well. Yeah, like that meme. Like that meme kind of stemmed from like the yeah, but that one like for this pineapple pen. Oh, you know they actually made a you know, seeing that video reminds me of how much they've sold out ever since that original video. Like they do like all sorts of ads nowadays in that same like style. It's very cringe. I still see ads using him in that style. Mate, we are 1 hour in. We're still in the prologue. The worst part is that once we get out of the prologue, like almost all of this is not going to matter. I mean, it's a lot of character building, and I find that pretty interesting. Like developing Kaori and Kyoko. Yeah, like I'm actually remembering their names. Like it's doing its job. But like, you know.
じゃあないでしょうが。
In the Kira
私たちも朝
キラ
練なんて
漫画
言ったでしょ。
movie.
なにのんびりしてるの
Yeah,
よ。
I mean like it was such a big meme that I feel like it would just like turn up here and there nowadays, but I don't know, man.
それじゃ家の前で待って
It
る
was
か
a
らね。
funny when it was a thing though. It was like Japan's equivalent of the Gangnam Style. But that line used to be like this. No, it was "This is a pen." Was the line, and like it was used to highlight like how pointless like a lot of what they're taught in English is. And I feel like part of the reason why like English is bad there is also because of that. Like it's a merger of multiple factors. Like bad. Wait, you're talking about the tokusatsu one, right? But yeah, when do you get to have sex with Tomboy? I don't know. Because when I was a kid, I actually not a kid, but like when I first played this game, I played it
ユウいつまで
with
待
the
たせ
all ages version as well. So like I literally do not know. Like back in the day, I like the first version of the game that I managed to get a hold of was the all ages version. And I don't know if this version that we have now is the all ages version, but we'll find out.
で、そうよ。ユウが悪いんだからね。うん。
Soon maybe, hopefully. I feel like my kinks, not kinks, but like my strike zones are very different now from back when I was a kid. When you get this. Yes, but yes, Zero X, I saw that one. Like, it was such a... I don't know why they chose to put it in, to be honest, but it certainly was a thing. Like Hello Kitty goals. Oh yeah, that was a thing, huh? Like they did make like the moe anime style like Hello Kitty goals thing as well. Like I feel like the whole tomboy thing was like I started to like it a lot more when I got a little older as well.
ユウタ先輩。私たちも混ぜてもらっていいでしょ。
No, I feel like a large part of that was all Idolmaster's fault though, to be honest. Like it all started with the OG Idolmasters and Makoto. And then it just like went down like some rabbit hole from there.
まあ教えるくらいいいじゃない。うんうん。それで、かおりちゃんには当然話したわよね。
Though that said, like I think in the entirety of Black Lagoon, my favorite female character was actually Balalaika instead, which is like completely out of like my usual strike zone, so it still feels weird, but like I don't know why, but yeah.
黙って済ませようって顔ね。
ゆうと先輩、それはあんまりじゃないですか？
あんたは何してんのよ。
Her voice is getting a little better. It's a lot better than it was an hour ago, or maybe my brain is just getting used to it.
どうしましょう、美咲先輩。
そうね。最悪写真だけでもなんとか。
Her voice is a little better than an hour ago.
私のデジカメでね。
Was it better than an hour ago? What the
買う
fuck?
のよ。欲しいやつがあって食費を削ってお金貯めてたんだから。
It's a little better than before.
楽しみ。この日のための倹約生活だったのよね。
Maybe she was just more nervous when she started recording or something. But it's a little better now for some reason. Like it's not good, but it's improving.
それにしても言うってば、シスコンのくせに肝心のことは言わないんだから。
Yeah, it's actually better. Like she's actually getting a lot more into the role. What the fuck?
お前とカオリちゃんの仲の良さは俺に言わせれば
What is happening?
に達しているぞ。
つくづく言うって変な性格よね。普通自分で気づくわよ、そこまで言ってたら。
性格。あ、それならいいものがありますよ。じゃーん。
何それ。
Though you know what, I'm starting to agree more and more on what you say. The more I look at like Kotori's face,
こんなに早く使うことになる
the more it starts to feel weird. Like her head proportion is kind of off and her face is kind of off. Like the more I look at her, the more she feels very off.
10%なんです。すごい。
Like Kyoko is fine. Like she looks okay-ish.
シーナの中で
She has a bit of that like cloud strife hair going on, but she's kind of fine. But like Kotori is like very odd in comparison.
さてユウト先輩。この
Yeah, the tomboy looks fine. It's just her, the blue hair girl.
第
Like when she opens her mouth, like the way her mouth opens as well, it just feels like something's off with her proportions.
あなたに大好きな恋人
Looks
が
like
います。
ET.
でもその恋人が自分の夢のために
It's not
外
that
国に行こうと
bad.
しています。
She looks like the meme of the girl with the malformed skull.
あなたはどうしても
The anime girl with the the weird eyes, the blonde one.
その恋人に何と言いますか？選択1、私のために行かないで。選択2、夢のためなら私待っているから。選択3、私もついていく。ユト先輩、どれですか？
That reminded me of the anime Nisekoi. Wait, I get to make a choice already? Can I get the lock? I kind of missed. I'll go with you? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, I feel like I could agree with that line, yeah. Viewer vote. Can you make the choice of viewer vote based? Oh, yeah, I could. Actually, yeah, we'll do it from the next one onwards.
恋人さんについていくってことですけど。
まあ言うらしいといえばそんな感じかもね。
あ れでいいんですか？
Yeah, I can. I can. Doesn't sound like it's the right choice. Yeah, I mean that's not like what the character would probably say as well.
先
Now that
輩、私
yeah,
の夢
mention
応
it.
援してください。
はいはいいいからいいから
Okay, I found a button. If there's another choice, we'll start doing voting for it then.
まだあります。じゃあ次、
Oh, there's another one? Is this gonna be like picking my Pokemon or something?
あなたの恋人が
しょうがないじゃない女の子が読む雑誌なんだからおしゃれと恋愛は定番でしょ
そうですよ。みんな大事に思っていることなんですから。
Is this gonna lead to us picking our Pokemon or something? Like, why are we getting so many choices in a
次
row?
いきますよ。あなたの恋人が罪を犯してしまいました。そのことをあなただけが知っています。あなたはどうしますか？
Okay.
選択1、好きだからかばい通す。選択2、罪は罪だから自白するよう説得する。選択3、密告する。
Snitch.
選択3、密告する。
Snitch. This is
そう
fucking.
ですか？はい、早く答えてください。
I could set it. Yeah, we'll set it for 1 minute, I guess. Can you see it? There should be a poll now. You can vote in the poll. I won't vote for it, but you guys can vote. It's up for another 30 seconds. I think thereabout. You guys can pick. There were only 2 votes, unfortunately. And it's a 50-50. So here's what we'll do. I'll flip a coin. Come on, call it. Oh wait, let me show the coin. Call it. Choice 3? Heads. Okay. How do I flip it? Wait, what kind of... Oh, flip again? That's heads. Are we really gonna snitch? Wasn't there something about like snitches get stitches or something? What's it mean?
知らないですよ。だってそう書いてあるんですから。
Why is that even an option?
密
Like,
告するって。
okay.
この診断テスト作っているところって有名なんですよ。
I don't know about that, Chief. This sounds really
ま
weird.
あユウは好きな人のことを密告すると
Even if you wasn't want this option. Why was this option even here? It feels like the meme option. Is this how we instantly go into the bad end? Just this happens and then we go into bad end.
さて、最後の
Religion of choice. Like, is this actually gonna matter to anything, or is this gonna be like fucking like a Pokemon choice or something?
ついに結婚して家庭を築きました。
Okay, we'll try it one more time. Maybe.
一人の子供に恵まれ、あなたはとても幸せです。でも、その家族でドライブの途中に事故に遭ってしまったのです。
he drives a good point though. Like the questions don't really sound like something meant for like a woman reading like a woman focused magazine, right?
はい、美咲先輩、その通りですね。
Wait, did it spell senpai with an M?
They did.
What the fuck? Senpai? Senpai? Sen. No, it's sen. Like the kanji is that, I mean not the kanji, but like the furigana will also be sen. Like se, not se, m. Like there's no sound to begin with. Okay.
死んだの続き。あなたと恋人はついに結婚して一人の子供に恵まれ、あなたはとても幸せです。
Okay.
でも家族でドライブの途中にあなたは子供か妻か自分自身誰かしか救えません。
I'm 100% I never noticed. I feel like it's one of those things where like the enunciation or the pronunciation of the word makes it sound like a certain way even though it's like written a different way. Right? Like watashi wa, the wa is actually like not written as wa. Right? In Japanese, it's written as ha. And stuff like that as well. But like I guess it's because of the way it's pronounced. If you pronounce it fast enough, it just sounds like the other thing instead, because of the difference in the way that the words are pronounced, and like the speed at which it's pronounced maybe makes it like easier to like think it's the other thing as well.
あなたは誰を選びますか?
Okay. I think I put it up for 1 minute for the poll.
Yuto senpai 自身か私たちの娘の誰を取るかってことですね。
Oh no, it has to be about her, huh? Sigma male mindset rule. Oh, we actually got 2 more votes this time, huh? It's 3-1 for wife. At least more people voted this time, so that's cool. You can always make a new one. You can get a new you. Ah, yeah, but it's only one of the 3, huh? Let's make another one. Yeah, especially like the fact that the child got 0, I can kind of it's kind of fucked, but I can kind of understand it. Okay, I did pick the one that was voted for the top. Okay. But what is with these questions though? Like, I don't remember this happening. Like, I feel like,
私もユウト先輩に守られたいです
I mean, like, if this actually happened, I feel like it was so inconsequential that, like, I just have no recollection of these choices even being a thing.
あと追っちゃうかも
Though that said, the way that they're doing this, it makes it feel like a Pokemon thing. Like, we're being asked, like, 3 questions so that we can, like, pick whether we get the red, blue, or green Pokemon or something. They'll be like, oh, based on your answers on the 3 questions, you're probably an INTJ, and that means that your Pokemon is gonna be Garbodor.
まあまあ
Yay! Garbodor!
はいこれにて診断テストは終了です
ユウはどんなになってる？小鳥、早く早く。
You know what would be funny? If this actually makes a difference on, like, your starting stats in the RPG segment.
発表しますあなたが最も愛するタイプの人は誰かが守
Tomboy?
らないといけない儚い人
Fickle person wants to protect
あなたが
everyone.
守ることで二人とも前に進めるでしょう
To move
誰
them
かを
forward.
守り抜くそんな強い力の持ち主です
Wait, why is it...
これで診断終了です
Wait, why is the test telling us the type of...
ユウってこんな性格なんだ。
The type of person you love the most is a fickle person wants to protect everyone. Wait, so, like... Why... Shield protect... This is supposed to be in a magazine, like, targeted at females. With a quiz for them. But the quiz result tells them that they like women. What is going on?
なんかわかるような、わからないような。
I don't remember this. That's both
言
weird.
われてみると少しおかしいよな
I'm telling you, this is gonna affect our, like, Pokemon or starting stats.
でもユウの心の本
This is how we get the poop Digimon. Right, we're gonna get the Digimon that looks like a poop now because we answered the questions like
で
this.
すよなんといっても的中率 350% は伊達じゃないんですから
350%
信頼
accuracy
してくだ
rate.
さい
350% accuracy rate. It's so accurate, you shot the person 3 times and a half. With a single bullet. You shot the bullet so well that it pierced through the guy, ricocheted, and hit him another 2 more times. You play the RPG section, do everything right to get a happy ending, but the last second Kotori comes along and says you snitched on me, but she stabs you. That would be the epitome of a true Kusoge, if that actually happens. Biggest plot twist, and then you just go into a second game, right? The game at that point turns into Doki Doki Literature Club.
ゆうとさん
That's very ominous music all of a
ど
sudden.
うしたんですかそんなに息を切らせて
Oh no, is this where we get stabbed for snitching? Is this it? Is this where we die? Should just be like,
また
Yuto-san, I see you read the magazine. As they all saying all is well, Yuto-san.
丁寧にありがとうございます
Snitches get stitches. And she just like,
そういうことですか
ooh,
お役に
hollow
立てた
and
の
stuff
で
like.
私も
She
嬉
does
し
have
い
the
です
same hair and eye color as well, yeah.
案外ただの自己暗示かもしれませんよ病は気からと言いますからお祓いという言葉で治ったと思い込んだのかも
You know, all things considered, the translation for this is actually pretty good, to be honest. Like,
確かに
I have
こ
not
の
felt
世に
any,
も
like,
科学では説明のつかない不思議な
I
こ
have
とが
not
あ
felt
り
any, like, massive, like,
ますでも一見不思議に見えて
translation errors. Like, senpai, senpai, it's like maybe the translation itself is really old. And the boomer who translated this also, like, used senpai because of
一つだけ言えるのは
the error of the translation.
世の
But,
中
like,
はわからないことの
if we
方
put
が
that out of the
面白
way,
い
like,
ということです
contextually, there has not been any issues with what has been
全てのこと
translated
が
yet.
分かってしまったら世界はどれだけつまらなくなってしまうのでしょうね
Like, so far, I'm actually kind of impressed that the translation has been this accurate. Like, every other game we've played so far has had a fairly bad
ど
translation,
う
I
でしょ
feel
う
like.
ね私は可能性を言っただけで
Like,
そうだとは言ってません
the Witch game, Witch Spring translation was very iffy. AU Senki was a little iffy as well. Runs was a
大丈夫ですよたと
runs is hard to say because the game had no voice, so I would have to play the entire game in Japanese too. No, for sure. But I did like the puns that they did in English, so it was really good.
例えば人の縁はどうですか？
Orange brown hair was really popular for anime girls back
あ
then.
ら
Yeah,
かじめ決められていたように会ってし
I
ま
mean
う
it's
人間
understandable.
というのはいるのです。
It
これ
does
こそ不思
feel
議
like
で
a
はあ
very
り
good
ません
look.
か？
And I guess in terms of like Japanese like media, it's like a neutral but
そうです
flashy
ね
color in a way.
ですが少し面白いかと思いました。
Like it's a color that stands out, but it's not too exaggerated
それは良かったです。
and it's not too flashy either. Oh, do you own the physical English version? No, I own the Japanese version. I own the digital English version and I own the physical Japanese version.
では
Right
仕
here.
方ありませんね。
Like this is the right here is the Japanese
で
version.
きるなら今日のうちにもっと話しておきたかったのですけど。はい。ではお気をつけて。
Oh, I actually have I actually do have a Wii game that is not completely garbage actually. Like this is probably the only game I have on a old console that is not bad. Like everything else is literal Kosoge level. So like compared to as in for the Wii and PS3 at least. Man, all PC game boxes were so flimsy, made out of low quality plastic boxes. You want to know what's the funny thing? This Rance box is actually the more modern one. Like this is from the remake, not the OG version, because the OG version is really expensive. And it's actually of higher quality than this is. This was like the reprint for when the game got really popular. And this one is actually garbage. The quality of the case itself. Like it's just the most like generic black box. And you know what's the best part?
日本のファンタジー小説だよ。ケントの
It says like patent pending over here on the
昨
box.
日出たばっかりの新刊なんだ。
That's not very clear, huh?
この作者さん大好きなんだ。
Yeah, it's not very clear, but it says patent pending on the box, as if like someone is actually gonna patent a literal plastic box. But yeah, like the crystal cases that modern CDs do use is a lot nicer though. Like I do enjoy like this kind of like crystal cases
王
more.
子様と女の騎士さんが追ってから逃げるお話なんだ。読みやすくて面白いよ。大人向けの本じゃないけど、すっごく楽しいよ。お兄ちゃんも読む？ そう言って。
Because of garbage, so PS3 were a huge step up. Or long boxes for CDs. Surprisingly, some people still do it. Like I have this that I bought like last year that is like a long box as well.
その手はどうして2つあるか知ってる？お兄ちゃん。人は片手に剣を、片手に真心を持つ。
Wait, the PS2 box is actually patented. What the fuck?
きっともし片手で喧嘩をしても、もう
It actually states the patent number over here on the box. What the
一つな
fuck?
んだよ。
This box is actually patented. Huh.
「お芝居？したことないよ。見るのは大好きだけど、私って舞台に上がるの緊張しちゃってダメだから。
I'm getting distracted. You know, patent on the web they could. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, with how much people actually do go up there to try to patent stuff, I wouldn't be surprised.
どうしたの突然？お兄
Yeah, I mean, it is the world we live in, but it's kind of unfortunate, especially in the game industry, that patenting is as common as it is.
わかったよ。
Especially in Japan.
学園祭でお芝居やるの？わあ、いいな、いいな。お兄ちゃん、何か役をやるの？もしかして、きょうちゃんもみどり先輩も？みんなでお芝居なんて素敵だよ。
Oh, you want to know why I have that? It's really old though.
ああ、そうなんだ。お兄ちゃんのお芝居。
Actual mixtape.
きっとすごくかっこいい
Back when mixtapes were actually like tapes. Hmm, 2, 3, 4.
私、お風呂に入
I had this for a little longer. Kind of like with
みなさい。
what was it called again? Floppy disk as well. I had both of those for a little while, but they got phased out after like really soon as well. Because CDs just took their place instead. Especially in cars. Like in cars, you would rather have a CD player than a tape player, because you could fit more CDs in a single player than you could a tape. Made by Sony, yeah. Sony used to make a lot of those.
いいよ。まだ。やり。
We've been here for almost 2 hours. And the plot has not like
けん。
one pressing rewind and watching the thing spin. Yeah, it was fun. The you know what I really loved to do as a kid that probably damaged it. I used to like to stick my finger into the thing and like turn it and then cause the tape to like sprawl out and then turn it to like put it back in again. I feel like that probably damages the tapes, but I used to love to do that as a kid. Too bad. When I was a kid, there was a machine at the record store in the mall that you make your own mixtapes from recent pop music and would print out a cover and track list. What the fuck? That actually sounds really cool, to be honest. Huh, didn't even know that was a thing. Although, to be fair, we never had it here. Weird dream. I wonder what dream he saw.
ちょっとユウ本当に大丈夫なの？
It's like 6 months. Yeah, I can't imagine it would be not either like it would run into copyright issues or like it just wouldn't be like kind of not very profitable to do it, I guess. Cause like
体調悪い時くらい
I don't know how many people would actually be willing to stay in the store for the gimmick of doing that. Many cars that use both CD and tape. Yeah, there were. My dad's car had that for a while. There was a short while where it had both. But then like at some point the tape my car does now. Oh, they still have cars that have both, huh? I was gonna say that like it feels like tapes got phased out at some point, but like I guess there are some that still have it.
ユウ
Then,
またぼーっと
but
してるけど
there was a period with both.
練習できそう？
Like you had a button on the player to swap between the two. Catch sight of an unpleasant fate.
あっちゃ
It's very old car, no wonder. Its own phone. Its own phone? I have never seen those before. I feel like you have to have a pretty like high quality or like expensive car to have that. Like that sounds super fancy, to be honest.
邪魔だ。
Oh no, he's been possessed by the devils that's trying to kill him, huh?
触るな。
He's been possessed by Korn. He's gonna deliver some blood for the blood god now. Wait, did he actually get stabbed?
何やってんだよ。だから触るなって言ったろ。
I have never seen that before. That's actually pretty cool. What the fuck?
野蛮なことをするのは勝手だけど、かっこ悪いな、ユウト。
Sounds like a monkey. Does it actually call though? Or did it have to be
随分
like
えげつない真似を
connected
する
in
じ
a
ゃないか
specific way to do
秋
it?
月
仕方ないだろ。先に手を出してきたのはそっちなんだからな。
だからとい
Oh,
って
oh no.
携帯握って腹殴るなんて感心しないな。下手すりゃ命に関わるぞ。
よく見てたな。でも仕方なかったって言ってるだろ。正当防衛だよ。僕を妬む者も多いし、それなりの準備はしてる。簡単な格闘技の練習をしてみたり。多少の重りを仕込んでみるとかさ。
This guy feels like the ultimate edgelord. It's like, yeah, I've trained in weapons. I've trained in the way of the blade. I do no true combat. You better watch out or I'll get you. He feels like the ultimate like edgelord.
大丈夫かい、ユウト。だいぶ顔色が悪いようだよ。
よしなってばユウ。
やめろ、ユウト。たく、秋月もユウトもその辺にしておけ。学校で殺し合いでもしたいのか？
そうだよ。あんたもユウも顔合わせるといっつもこうなんだから。
相変わらず弱い奴らは群れる。
I wonder if this guy was actually the main villain in the Isekai part of the game. I actually don't
So-
remember.
僕の言いたいことを言ってやるよ、ユウト。香りはお前といたら絶対に幸せになれない。どこかにいなくなる方が彼女のためだ。香りのことがなければ貴様に話すことなんてない。いいか、香りの面倒は僕が見る。絶対にその方がいいに決まってるんだ。話は終わりだ。僕としたことがとんだ時間の無駄遣いをしたな。
He truly looks like the ultimate edgelord. Like, I'm surprised. He is wearing earrings. Like, I feel like that wouldn't have been allowed even in Japanese
あ
schools.
まり手間を取らせないでくれよ。
Huh.
香りさえ解放するなら、どこで誰と群れていようが見逃してやるからさ。
What earring was it in high school? As in, the school actually allowed it? Oh, that's pretty cool. I feel like Japanese schools were fairly like strict with that. No. Okay. Just
相変
avoided
わら
them.
ずだな、お前らも。
Nice.
これじゃ香織ちゃんに心配かけるわけよね。
And also delinquent. I
全
mean,
然できてないじゃん。
that sounds pretty cool at least. At least you weren't like me. I think I was going through my chuny phase during high school instead, which was kind of cringe. Every day I look back at the stuff I wrote during that era and I die a little on the inside.
だいたいユウ
And
が不器用
obviously
な
I
の
sit at home and play
セリ
games
フ
to my
カ
own
ミカミ
stuff.
じゃない
Yeah, it's like a gaming delinquent in a way, right? But yeah, the fact that you actually managed to avoid them well enough to not get caught is actually pretty cool. in Japan will be the saddest bully in the US. US bullies are terrifying. I mean, like, the bullies in Japan in high school would literally be Yankees at that point. So, like, literally people who are like one step away from like actually getting into criminal activity. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, nowadays, I feel like would be less likely the case. Like, I feel like nowadays, like, Japanese bullies will be probably like nothing compared to the ones in the US. But like, back in the day, I feel like the ones in Japan might have been pretty terrifying since they were literally like gangs getting into fights. US bullies here will be beaten up, made fun of 99%. I mean, nowadays, nowadays? No, I mean, like, I don't know how the bullying situation there is now, but like, I feel like the modern Japanese bully as compared to the US bully, the Japanese one would be like nothing. But back in the day, I think I would have been more terrified of the Japanese ones. Since like many of them were basically just one step away from actually getting involved in like actual criminal gangs. Some bullies they become each other, so this is basically impossible. I see. There's like American bullies in the 50s. Yeah, that's like what, like, I think like Japan's would have been around the 80s, 90s, I guess. No, maybe more the 80s. Some bullies. Yeah, that sounds like what would happen here at the time. Maybe they'll be like hitting you with clubs or something. I mean, baseball bats. But it does sound quite terrifying there, so if that's the case. But yeah, with lot, I mean, like, if the people that actually do like cover for each other, it does feel like it would make it a lot tougher for bullies to actually be a thing. Man at him. It sounds like in a way like the school system just ended up like causing everybody to form their own gangs, like, and like basically just mutually assured destruction everyone else, huh? Like no one would do everything because it's just mutually assured destruction for everyone if something bad did happen. Also, I just realized that my Steam friend list is just gonna constantly pop up on screen, huh? Oh, kid from I don't even know the kid will go on bullied. It's actually pretty badass, I have to say. Should I? I mean, well, that depends on what you're gonna open. Like, if you're gonna open like Hentai Puzzle Adventure 2, then I would say don't do it. No. But if it's something safe, then feel free. Also, I just realized the cursor on this game is a fucking sword. Like, this really does feel like Angel Fire early 2000s. Like, oh, yes, my cursor is a sword. Stab them all. I'm about to buy those for $2 on Steam. Never mind. Just go buy a Dojin. Oh wait, no, now it's not as easy anymore, huh? Oni-chan! I want to get into Dojins. Yeah, it feels kind of tough, like, especially now when like it's all fucking banned overseas. I don't know how to start. You see, that's the issue. It's hard to start now because, like, Visa and MasterCard pretty much fucked it up for almost every country.
まあまあ、ユウが言いにくいようだから、私から説明しようじゃ
But if you want to get into the culture itself, it's like
そうだお姉
as
ちゃん
weird as it, and unfortunate as it is, it's
その
like
前に
the easiest way is still going over on Twitter. You just look for a bunch of artists who draw like characters or like series that you really like and you just follow them. And then whenever they retweet someone else and you see their art looks nice, you just follow them. And like after a year has passed, you'll probably have like followed like 1,000 people.
私が
And you're basically, your entire feed should just be people in the Dojin community. Because like most of them still do use Twitter even till this day. The sorting filters.
ユウト紹介しろってのいつの間
I
に
mean, there's the English sites, but the English sites are all like mostly adult content only.
この人
Like most of them don't feature the non-adult content side of Dojin stuff. But there is like sites for that at least. Yeah, I get what you mean, but like there are sites for that. That are like English with like all of the works illegally uploaded.
お聞きしたいことがあります。
But if you want to like legally purchase it, it's tough because like you have like MasterCard and
今
Visa
か
to
ら
thank
私
for
が言
that.
うことをよく聞いて
Then most of the
ください
sites have actually been taken out like in a global setting. Which is kind of sad because like it's like you can't even physically buy like Dojin music anymore because MasterCard and Visa just blanket banned everything that is Dojin. Like it's like
お兄ちゃん
putting aside just the adult content, you literally can't buy anything at all.
ユウに
You
何の
can't
ことなの
even buy like video editing sound effects off of like DL site now because
思
of
い出してください
like that. Like, I have a JCB card, so I'm fine, but like it's pretty much fucked for like most people overseas, which is very like it's very frustrating to see. Because it basically hampers like so many more things than these companies understand. Not here! No! But yeah, like most of the big websites are now like inaccessible overseas. I think Melon Books might still be accessible, maybe. But I think Melon Books is the only website left that is available to a global audience. If they are even still usable, that is. I'm gonna switch to using crypto for international purchases. I know some of the sites actually do accept like crypto if you really wanted to use it just for like
大丈夫
that as well.
あんたユウに何したのよ
Maybe it's like a way to try to kill the colors of get around copyright and the corporation sick of it. I mean, it's a possibility, and I won't deny that it's a possibility.
おい
Like it's always been like an open secret that like there are many companies out there, even in Japan, who just don't like the fact that the Dojin community exists. Like you have Nintendo. I think for a period, Bushiroad actually tried to stop people from producing like Love Live Dojins as well,
それがユウトさんの
although they
一番
retracted most of that. But like, it is certainly a possibility because like it's not like all like it's like when it comes to Dojin content, it's a very mixed thing. Like some Japanese companies are very for it, but some are highly against it as well. Origin creators should create Buy Me a Coffee accounts. You see, the thing is, if enough of them do, MasterCard and Visa are just gonna go after Buy Me a Coffee as well. That's the thing. Like they have literally gone after like websites that are just there to allow people to support their own creators as well. Like basically like the Japanese equivalents of like what's it called, Patreon have also been hit. Like they're literally not just going after the sites themselves, but like after the actual like sites that allow these people to like get money from their supporters as well. Although mostly only in Japan, they haven't gone after Patreon itself, I think. Gasp! What is happening? Oni-chan! And big companies, yeah, it's kind of really fucked what they're doing with all of this. I just wish there was more that could be done to like tell them to just like royally fuck off, but the backlash was too big. You mean with Patreon? Yeah, I guess maybe it's because it's a global site, so it's a lot harder. Like, people understand that it's not just that, and therefore more people are willing to stand by and like support prevention of that site being hit. But it does feel like with a lot of these Dojin sites, it's like because of the fact that like the impression that it's mostly like adult stuff and the fact that it's not a thing that the majority of people know probably hurts like getting people to be more supportive of preventing like this kind of content from being like not clamped down in the way it is. Because the thing with a lot of Dojin content as well is that like I put this, like many manga publication companies and many game companies do actively recruit out of this event as well. Like it's a way for the industries that like produce like these contents to also like proliferate. And hey Nova, how you doing? But yeah, this is why I feel like it's kind of messed up, cause like that they're doing all of that, because like it's not just like harming like people who make like NSFW content, but it comes back to harm everyone in the end. The game industry, the manga industry, all of that eventually gets hurt as well. Also, what happened to my... This is bigger than the... Okay. Save Kaori, I beg you! Yeah, hope you're doing good, Nova. Or had a good sleep, rather. Yes, sir. Good, sir. What old game is this? It's Eien no Aseria. It's a game from 2003. It's a visual novel with a fair amount of like RPG tactics elements to it. The only issue is that we have been sitting here for 2 hours and we have only gone through the prologue. Like we literally spent 2 hours going through the prologue of this game. So like, yeah. So there has not been any gameplay yet. It's just like plot, and a lot of plot that is not going to matter to the rest of the game, I feel like. And you know what's the worst part? Like I remember this segment of the game, and I know that like there's gonna be a fair amount more of plot before we actually get to gameplay. Oh no, some Japanese creators not much. I'm sure some of them have games there. I just don't know about whether or not the rest of the creators who make adult content are also there as well. There is no RPG. There is an RPG. Like there definitely was. Like you can even go to the game's like actual webpage and like see the screenshots. There is, but like it's way further in than I remember it being. Like I don't remember the 2-hour prologue, to be honest. Like I remember this point onwards. And I know from this point onwards there's still a fair bit of story, because basically it turns into an isekai plot at this point. But the thing is that unlike your standard isekai where like the guy knows the language of the world he's in from the start, he literally has to like learn the language from scratch like a baby or something. And like he has to basically learn the norms of the world and all of that. And like the plot kind of like goes through a little bit of that, although at times skips quite a fair bit of it as well. And so I remember the starting having like a fair amount of story, but I did not remember like the entire 2 hours of like fucking like high school life fucking prologue. There is definitely gameplay. I promise there is. We're just not there yet. No, it'll take a while. We need to let them cook for a lot. Oh, yep. This is where we get like the mooks. It's a girl of about my own age. How does he tell from just looking at her? She looks really weird. The those black wings on her back. What black wings? I don't see any black wings. Black wings? Like chicken wings? I don't see the wings. But yeah, I genuinely do not remember that. Yeah. Like we were gonna get this for a while, where they're just gonna like speak fucking gibberish. This come out before, after Utawareru Mono. I think before. I'm pretty sure it came out before. Like Utawareru Mono came out in oh wait, no, it came out after. The first Utawareru Mono came out in 2002, so it came out around like half a year to a year after. So it's unlikely that they imitated it after seeing like Utawareru Mono release, but suffice to say, it considering the fact that it came out around the same period, they probably were like, you know, it feels like one of those things where they were probably thinking of the same thing instead. Isekai before the Isekai trend, yeah. Although in this he didn't Isekai because he died. It's kind of more like Zero no Tsukaima, where like they kind of get Isekai, but they don't like have to get hit by a truck to Isekai at the time. Right, you basically get teleported to another world with the ability to return if you were to like fulfill certain conditions. Whoa, the white flash. Is it a bird? Or is it a plane? No, it's man person. Also, her blade kind of just looks like a knife instead, but okay. White wings? Is this an angel and demon plot? I don't remember like if the survey that we took before this actually amounts to anything, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's her. That's Asalia.
エノヘラレーネ
She looks very different from the cover art for the game. But just pay that no mind, I guess. It's her! It's the person whose name is in the game's title. Also, the fact that the music just cut out here really does feel a little awkward. Who's the girl with the 420 glasses? The who? Oh. It's Boros from AU Senki. It's a completely unrelated game. But I guess it's the closest to a non-runs RPG that we played before.
ある
I kind of needed something to put over there so that like it isn't just an empty like, you know, screen. So I just put the image of her that I kind of still had like lying around from back in the day. Like it just she just sticks in my memory because of like how good of a healer she was in that. You have VR? Not anymore. I had VR, just not anymore. Oh, I clicked out of screen. I think VR for Flight Simulator got a nice tank performance. This is because of the resolution. Huh. Yeah, I guess for VR it actually would, huh? But yeah, I don't have it anymore. I had it, but that was on the PS4 back in the day. But I don't know. I've always wanted to get it for the PC so that I could always play the games on Steam as well. But like, I need to like get through the laziness of actually investing into the console as well. Yeah, like stuff like this, I feel like it's like one of the weaknesses of like visual novels. Like they're having an entire action scene now, and literally all I'm looking at is a black screen with text. Are there any upcoming visual novels you're excited to play? New ones wise, I don't think there's really any I've seen that has like caught my eye that strongly. I mean, there might be some, but like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. Like Alice Soft has pretty much stopped making games. I know Tenko is gonna remake the AU Senki Mobile. I'm kind of excited for that. Like they're gonna turn AU Senki Mobile into a proper full consumer title, so it's no longer just a gacha game. So I'm kind of excited to see that because I didn't manage to finish the plot of that. I'm a buy Pro 2 and I want to say VR techniques that I need to plug in like 5 cables. I bought Vision or VR hentai games, I haven't played it. I mean, you probably need like a vibrator toy VR thing for it, right? Before that. You put the VR in there, it cause a much avalanche and die. You just see me like hit the thing and then like a board falls on my head. Like somehow the air conditioner would just drop down and hit me as well. I'm sure I'll be fine. They actually fucked up my throat a little. But But yeah, in terms of new visual novels, there aren't that many that I've really like saw that I'm very interested in. Although I haven't been keeping too much in the loop in terms of like visual novels, because most of the companies that I used to follow aren't in operation anymore. I'm kind of interested in seeing what IllGame's next game is gonna be, but like that's a whole different thing altogether. Since I don't think that you'd consider that a visual novel, since there isn't really a novel to it. It's more of just like an adult game simulator, I guess. So the closest thing really probably is let's go to Coke. Yeah, I'm interested to see what their next thing is gonna be, to be honest. But yeah, it's mostly just that and the remake of AU Senki's mobile game. Definitely not Innovations. Yeah, totally not them. I'm trying to think, but like, yeah, like it's tough because like most of the big companies I follow just don't make them anymore. I mean, like some do kinda. Like I know that like Basin still does make like Koihime stuff every once in a while, but I really wish they would put more gameplay into their visual novels. Like I really enjoyed the Suzukuri Karin, the one that's like a dungeon management game with Karin as the main character instead. Like I actually enjoyed that one quite a fair bit. But I never finished that though at the time. But like, I wish they would do more of the Sengoku Musou. Koihime Musou, sorry. I really do hope more gachas become real retail games when they go out of service like the Mega Man game. I wish the companies would just take the money that they earn and actually just make a full-on consumer title instead as well. You know, like take all of the money they earn from FGO and just make like an actual like fun FGO like full-on like consumer title, right? I mean, I guess for Fate they kind of are, I guess, but it's not really like FGO, not like the Lightworks are the ones doing it. It's more like Type Moon is kind of making those. What's an FGO? It's the game where you have to like push every single button and spend like 50 minutes clearing a single battle to get EXP items. Koi Koi VR Love Blossoms. Why does this sound like a game that like Honeyworks made? Not Honeyworks, what's the Hunipop creator made? It sounds like something that they would make. Or like, it would be nice if like the Blue Archive devs would just take the money and just actually make the fucking XCOM game they said they wanted to make in the first place. Like, I would very much rather play that over the current mobile game, but yeah. Apricot Heart. Oh, okay. So it's different from what I thought then. Samurai Remnant looks so terrible though, just another Musou game. Yeah, I feel like they have been doing that for a while, which is kind of annoying. They did it with Fate Extra as well. Finally we're in chapter 1. You know what's the worst part? We're still gonna have to go through a shit ton of dialogue. Unknown? What do you mean unknown? You just explained to us the thing. What happened? Well, finally in chapter 1. Yep, okay, yeah, this is where I remember the game starting. How do you pitch a VR? I mean, dude, like... I mean, I don't know whether there's any like apprehension overseas to that, but I feel like in Japan, like, if the publisher is one that is fine with dealing with like adult games in the first place, it really would be as easy as just going to them and saying like, hey, we have a VR hentai visual novel, are you interested? And then you just give them your GDD or whatever the fuck they want. And then they'll just look through it and be like, yeah, okay, we'll publish that, and then you're done. Like, back in the day in the visual novel industry, they used to have what they call a paraiji instead, which is like a single paragraph thing explaining the plot in the words world setting. And you would just take that and like bring it to the people you want to pitch to and be like, here is my pitch. Are you interested? And then people just be like, naruhodo ne. More money for making a game, it's a visual novel. Anti-visual novel would be cheap. No, because we actually 3D modelers this time. I mean, you could find, yeah, I mean, it's not as cheap, but like, you could find 3D modelers that are fairly cheap.
そのノーハティンやうつか
I wonder if this is based off an actual language. Like, I have never bothered checking. Speaking of mysterious language. Too much for my head to process after just waking up. Ugh. Okay, you know what? It's been 2 fucking hours. It's 11 p.m. Look, I'm gonna go to sleep now. It's actually getting late. I know there hasn't been any gameplay the entire stream, but that said, if we do this again, there is guaranteed to be gameplay the next stream. So we'll just wait till then.
Presented by Zas.
Oh, they had like an exit thing as that as well. This music, another arrow game. I mean, it might very well be fairly common music. It's not like it's like something wholly super interesting or like inspired. Or it might just have been something very similar since it's a very mellow, like violin thing. But yeah, that's it. Next time around, that is most likely going to be gameplay. So we'll get to actually see the game the next time around. That's it. It has been like 2 hours plus. It's 11 p.m. I have work tomorrow. And I'm an old man, so I need my sleep. So I'll be heading off for today. I don't know, maybe we could do this on Sunday actually. Like, as the continued version, since I don't know if I want to do like what I want to do on Sunday yet. So if we don't get the copy of the Kusou game in English, we could just continue with this. And hopefully it'll be interesting. But that's it. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Or if it's fairly late at night or going to be sleepy time soon, have a good rest. Have a good sleep. The streams will next be on the weekend. Hello, Ocean Wave. You're just in time for me to go off. I'm so sorry. Oh. But yes, Ocean Wave. Hopefully, I'll see you on the weekend. The weekend timings will be about the same. Yeah, on the weekdays, it's already 11 p.m. plus here, so it's kind of late. So I'll probably go off for today. We'll do Lito on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I don't know what we'll do, but we might continue this visual novel RPG game on Sunday. We'll have to see. But yeah, my apologies, Ocean Wave. But until next time, y'all have a good day, a good night, or a good rest. And I can't find the button.